Morning everyone, it's 1st of October today, and I'm going to sit and build these easy build poxwalkers which have come from the conquest. 40k conquest. I've also got another, you might be able to see them, another 3 plague marines. They're exactly the same as the last ones, so I'll probably build them as well. And I'm going to sit and talk and do my normal rambling stuff. I'll probably do a bit more later, and I'll do a bit of painting. But for now, this is I said I'd be doing this with the conquest of building models on the camera, and yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be building something else on camera as well. So you may see more frequent videos in the next few weeks or so. We'll see. I'll be starting to build my Reaver Titan. So yeah, it's a bit weird me doing this because it's a Monday. Normally I don't get to do builds or paints or anything on a Monday because it's club day, but our club's moved to Tuesday this week, so I've got a free Monday. So I thought might as well do my video on the Monday because I'm not going to get to do it tomorrow. And these are just push fit models, so they don't need a lot of they don't need glue. Well, they shouldn't need glue. They may need glue, but we'll find out. But yeah, it's normal. Well, normally on a Monday morning at this time I'd be get my case ready and stuff to go to the club, but like I said, doing that tomorrow now. And I should just, yep, it fits nicely. And we've got the little nub on the base to get rid of. So yeah, it's a bit disconcerting not being at the club on a Monday, but oh well. Then we've got where are you? Piece 10. So yeah, so what I'll probably do is I'll build these quickly on camera, more or less. So that's piece 10, number 9, which is that body. Yeah, I'll do these on camera and then I'll get back to my painting a little bit later. So I may be a bit more alert. It is only just gone 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm up early because I'm used to being up early on a Monday. Had a fair amount of sleep on and off because work was busy, but that's okay. I've got one more week of work before I have a week off, so that'd be cool. And then I go to working 3 days a week. So, but yeah, it's been a fairly simple week. It's a little bit annoyed my pay was a bit weird, but hopefully that'll be sorted out now. We'll see. This one should just clip in like that. Yep. And he gets number 11. He's got another big macy arm. So yeah, so I got the next 4 issues of Conquest. So issues 3 to 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. And some people are moaning that they haven't got issue 1 yet and stuff, and I'm like, well, I'm up to date. I'm actually ahead because They only released issue 4 in the shops last week, so I'm actually quite happy. Okay, that one goes there, like that. That's a bit of a weird pose, but they're poxwalkers, they're zombies more or less. They're plague zombies, so it's fine. And then we want 4 and 5. So 5's just the head. So I've done, last Thursday I've done quite a lot of painting. Number 4. The repulsor that I was painting on camera last week, I finished it on Thursday, which I thought I'd be painting that today as well. But there's a few little bits and pieces which need properly finishing on it, but it is, for all intents and purposes, complete. And complete for my game tomorrow, because I'm playing a game against a friend of mine at the club. We're going to be recording it, and it's going to go up on the Battlelux YouTube channel. It's not going to go on mine because I'm trying to get the Battlelux channel up and running. I could have put my last video up on there, but the thing was, it was the sound quality was really quite bad in the old venue. So hopefully this one will be a lot better. It should be an enclosed room and shouldn't have a lot of people in there. Should just be me and my opponent. But you never know. People walking in and interrupting and stuff. You know, it's come on, head doesn't want to go on properly. That's annoying. It's kind of on, but it's kind of not. It's that's it. That's about as good as it's going to get. There's a bit of a join, but yeah, it should be okay. I don't really have a lot of these push fit models in my collection. I mean, the Chaos Cultists that I had were kind of push fit, but you had to glue them because they wouldn't stay together. So 7 and 6, or 6 and 7 even. 6. And 7. So yeah, so my opponent tomorrow, on Tuesday, not Monday, is playing his new Exorcist Space Marines, which is, he wanted the tank finished for, which is finished. And I'm playing my Necrons again, because up to a point I was enjoying playing my Necrons in 40k. And then I played the tournament and it kind of killed my interest in it a little bit. So I'm going back to the Necrons, and it's the same army that I played at the tournament. So it's not, it proved to me it's not mega powerful, but in the right situation it can be pretty good. We'll just have to see how well it does. These easy build models are quite weird in how they're actually assembled, and some of them are really quite tight models as well. So when they say easy, I mean, yeah, that's better. That's better. So yeah, so you can see my you might be able to see. No, you can't really see. He's there. My Warlord Titan. He's now got a cork base. I started work on that. I did that last night because I was a bit bored. I ordered a roll of cork, which is here, and I was like, I'll give it a go. I've never done cork bases before, so I was like, yeah, why not? So number 3 is just a model by itself. It doesn't need any assembling. So basically what I've done is he's just standing on some plains. He's got a few craters in his base. He's got a little bit of a hill which is going to be covered in rubble. I may actually do some more work on it later, cover it in a bit of slate and undercoat it, or base coat it even. It shouldn't take much more than a base coat and a dry brush, or base coat shade and a dry brush. So this last one is just a full model as well, just needs its base. He's carrying a flail of grenades, it's pretty funny, but there you go. Of course, because they're zombies, they don't actually have any weapons, they just fight with their claws and stuff. So, and they're not particularly great in combat, they're a bit flimsy. Because they're zombies, they just flail around and stuff, but they're quite tough to put down. They're quite resilient models, in game that is. So yeah, so that's my 6 Poxwalkers. So I'm going to turn the camera off now, and we will return to our normally scheduled programming. And we're back again. We're going to do a little bit of painting now. I'm not sure how long the Poxwalkers video actually was, but it don't matter. I'll do about 45 minutes of painting, hopefully. We've not got a hell of a lot of stuff on my desk because I'm right near to my my painting target for the year, so I'm just going to kind of really concentrate on getting 1 or 2 things finished, which will finish up my tally for the year. But what we have got, we have the repulsor, which is down here, which is finished. I don't have to do anything for weapons for the repulsor as well. We've got my Warlord Titan, which is in 2 pieces at the moment. Still got a fair bit of work to do on that, and this is its base, which I've just spray painted. Actually, after doing the Poxwalker video, I decided to do this. It is cork base with some hills made out of cork, but they're just scrap piles really, and the texture on it is bits of slate. It's my first time ever making a cork base, so I'm not sure how it was going to be. That's why the Titan's not glued to it, so I can basically, it will go like that afterwards. So it looks like the Titan is walking through and depressing into the ground as he walks, because he's a huge thing, a lot of weight, that kind of thing, you know. We got some paints which I should paint back on my paint thing. We've got my Miniatour for my Blood Bowl team. It's this guy here, who needs painting before he gets used again because he was terrible last time. We got the 6 Poxwalkers, and we got the other 3 Plague Marines that I built after I'd done the Poxwalkers. So I now have 6 Plague Marines for my Death Guard. They're duplicate models, but I'm going to fix that at a later point. We've got my 3 Knights for Titanicus as well. May even get on and do a little bit of them today, but we'll see. But I really want to work on this Minotaur, which may be a problem because I don't know if I've got a lot of paint left. So this is Cantor Blue, and I'm actually running really low. I noticed it's something with my paints. I've got a lot of them which are quite low now, so I'm gonna have to start restocking them, which might be a little bit of a problem with money and stuff, but we'll see. And this is basically, I'm going to base coat him, and then we're going to work shades and dry brushes to bring him up to where his skin should be. So we've got a bit of Cantor Blue on the palette. We're going to go with our 3 brush, which is actually split. I've got to clean this brush. In fact, I need a new one, to be quite honest. I think I've got new ones somewhere, but I can't find them. so we're gonna have to make do. Since it's a base coat and it's the first colour down, I'm not too worried about it. And the bristles are okay once it's been under a bit of water. So what we're going to do with this is we're just going to base coat all of his skin. This guy was undercoated last week, I think. Actually used him in a game and he was quite terrible, but it's okay. Hoping he'll get better and my use of him will get better, but we'll see. So yeah, so I talked about my week and all that earlier on when I was building the poxwalkers. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to think up of something randomly. I'm going to ramble about it because why not? So the idea of doing a cork base for my Warlord Titan. Now I haven't really painted much models in a different scales of 40k and Age of Sigmar and stuff. Titanicus is a different scale altogether. I'm not sure what scale exactly it is, but the models are a lot smaller than most other things that I've ever worked on. Excuse me. So basing was going to always be a little bit different compared to my 40k bases and my Blood Bowl bases and so on and so on, because you can get away with having skulls on the bases and stuff like that, having details which you can actually see and stuff. With Titanicus, the scale is so small that you wouldn't really be able to spot a skull on a base, because it's epic scale, if you want to call it epic scale. People are questioning as to what scale to call it now, because epic was the old scale, and the Warlord Titans are bigger than epic scale, so I don't know. I'd say still call it epic scale. It's not a problem. The smell of that base is actually quite annoying, but it's okay. I've literally just finished spraying it. So the idea of using cork was to give it a texture, but not too deep a texture, that it would look okay far away. Because this is, if you were say you're looking at this guy, right? This guy compared to one of these Warlord Titans would be tiny. You'd be able to see him, but only just. So it's not like you're looking really close up to this Warlord Titan, because to get close up you would have to hold it right in front of your eye. So doing the base was always going to be a little bit different, and I think it looks okay. It's not anything that's going to stand out and be awesome, but it's reasonable. And like I said, it's my first time using cork. It's my first time making a base of this scale, so it's judgment call, and I may use it again because I've got another Warlord Titans build, and I've got Knights to paint, and I've got a Reaver Titans build, so, but we'll see. And this Minotaur, he's painting his skin blue, because blue isn't really a colour that Minotaurs would be, but I want this guy because my Blood Bowl team's called the Karak Crushers, which is Karak is a Age of Sigmar army. Blood Bowl's not set in Age of Sigmar; it's set in the old fantasy world. But I thought the Chaos Warriors look more like Kayak Acolytes than Chaos Warriors, so I stayed with that theme. And the Beastmen have got blue skin. My Minotaur's going to have blue skin, but this Minotaur's skin is going to be a lot more detailed than the Beastmen were. So yeah. So I've got two things that are kind of competing for being my 200th model for the year at the moment. One of them is this Minotaur, and the other one is that Warlord Titan. Which that guy's done now, so I'm going to give it a few minutes to dry it, and then I'm going to give it a second coat with the Cantor Blue. But yeah, this brush is quite knackered, but it's okay for a base coat brush. It'll be fine. As you can see, the head's all sprayed. There's not a lot I could do about it, to be honest now. I could clean it a little bit later, but not while I'm on video doing my painting. So for now, it'll just go back in there. So working with this cork, now I'm pretty sure shade wool, non-oil, which is what I would use to shade it, is going to soak into the cork quite a lot. So we're only going to use this in limited amounts. It's basically, we've got 2 dugout craters, and that's going to be about it that I'm going to shade. If I had some old epic stuff, I might use it on the base, but we haven't. So what we're going to do is get some non-oil and just shade the blast craters. That one and that one. We're going to give it a little bit more because I know the cork's going to soak it up quite a lot. Like I said, I don't want to shade the whole base. I was tempted to, normally I would. With my bases I do shade and then I dry brush, but I don't think this is going to need it too much. Okay. So what we're actually going to do now, I know the shade's drying, but that's okay. Just going to leave it for a few minutes and then we're going to dry brush the base. I know this is a very simple base really. It's not detailed, it hasn't got buildings on it and stuff like that, but that's okay. For my first try, I think it'll be fine. What we've also got to do, this is the Warlord Titan, so he will go there on the base. The Titan itself is a bit wobbly. I don't think the feet are perfectly in the right place, but it'll be fine. Once he's glued down, it'll be perfectly fine. So that would be the Titan. It's fully assembled now. There's still bits and painting that I've got to do on it. I know you can only see it from a certain angle, but let's see if I can pick it up without it breaking. So there you go, that's the Warlord Titan. I have still got bits I've got to do on it, like the has stripes on the yellow. Some of the red needs shading still as well, but we're going to just jump on and dry brush it now. I really want to get it done. I want to get this base finished, see what it looks like. So I've got my medium dry brush. It shouldn't need much more than that. I don't know why I'm shaking the dry paints, I just have it, but anyway. We're going to get some, this is Longbeard Grey. Just put a little bit on the brush and brush it off onto the tissue. Now, because this slate is there's quite a lot of it on the base, it should pick up this dry brush quite well. I'm hoping most of the slate will stay put and not show the cork through, which some of the slate's coming loose already. It happens when you use slate on bases. Sometimes it's not glued perfectly and it comes off, but it's okay. I will fill that in later with a bit of Mechanicum Standard Grey, so that's not a problem. Big bit come off there. I'm going to dry brush the cork as well, because I don't know how much of it you'll be able to see around the Warlord Titan's feet. I'm going quite light on this. Normally I'd go a bit heavier, but the plan is I could dry brush it once and then I can go over it again if need be. That big bit's coming off. It's a little bit annoying, but it's to be expected really. And like I said, that can always be tidied up later. It's not really showing much cork through because I spray painted it, so it's relatively okay. This big mound of rubble makes it look like a small building or something has collapsed. And dry brushing the edges. I do a lot of dry brushing, I find. It's when you spend a lot of time edge highlighting or doing really intricate details on models. More and more coming off. I find that sometimes dry brushing is a nice change. It's quite imprecise. You don't have to be too careful with it, you know, and it's nice to just be able to run a brush over everything. I think that's more or less going to be where I want the base to be. Again, like I said, it's relatively simple. It's nothing too intricate or detailed or all that, and some people will see this as quite a detailed base, but I've done much more detailed bases than that. So I'm going to leave that base there. Now, one thing I do is when I'm painting bases is the rim of the base I paint it black, and this will be the same. It'll be just painted black like the sun. And I could actually do that right now. Not sure how much black paint I've got left, but we'll find out in a minute. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back on its cork stands, and we're going to paint the trim. So this is something else that I've said about before. The painting stands I've done loads of times. So what we're going to do is just press that one onto there. This one can go there. Got a stand that it stands on. Perfectly fine. Can get my Abaddon black, which there's not a lot left of. There's very little left of, in fact. Hope there's going to be enough for what I need. There should be. I need to start, like I said, I need to start restocking some of my paints. They're running very low. This one is very, very low. Has been for a while. I just haven't got up to Games Workshop to buy new ones, but hopefully I will this week. We'll see. And again, we're going to go. I would normally go with my 3 brush, but with it being that flayed, I don't think I should. Do you know what? Yeah, I still will. It'll be okay. It should be fine. So this, with these stands, this is also how I spray painted this. So I'm just going to go, not go all the way up to the cork, because I want the cork to stay grey. I'm just going to run the brush around the base. Now I'm going to do a little bit more detail on the craters, I think. In fact, I could actually paint them black. If this black survives doing the actual rim of the base. The base was just coming off the cork stands, so I just had to reinforce it a bit. So I've had people before ask me how I base my models. It's a bit too much on there, but that's fine. And this is it. It's just as simple as this. It's as straightforward as this. I don't really put a lot of effort into bases. So I'm just going to leave that for a minute to actually dry, and I will give it another coat of black. So this is because of the building the poxwalkers earlier. This painting session is not going to be as long as normal. That brush is properly splayed, but what can I do? See, I've got some brush soap, which is this here. It's actually also nearly running out, which I'll clean up my brush later. But the thing is, when you're in the painting mood and you just want to get painting done, the last thing you want to have to do is clean your brushes, so I'm not going to. So we're going to just go around it again, and again the base is coming off the cork stands. That's better. Just do the same, just to strengthen the black. It's been quite nice painting larger models over the past week or so. Generally speaking, I paint infantry size models for 40k, so 28mm, which are like the Poxwalker size, that sort of size models. But the Repulsor was good in a way that I didn't think it would be. So much so that I actually want to paint the rest of my Blood Angel tanks now. I've got lots of them. I've got a lot of Blood Angel tanks, but I think let's just put some more definition in Slim Craters. So we just paint some black so it looks like scorch marks, because that Null Oil didn't really do what I wanted it to do. So I'm just going to randomly flick the brush, which is spray brush is quite good for this. It's random marks. So the craters are going to stand out quite a lot now, I'm aware of that, but with another dry brush I'm sure it'll be fine. We just clean our palette like we always clean our palette. So I'm one of these painters that I don't like a dirty palette. I've probably mentioned this time and time again, but I clean my palette after each colour. I don't like having a dirty palette. So the Doom Ball's looking okay now. Doom Ball Miniatour. So we're going to give it its second coat of Cantor Blue. if I've got enough paint. I think I have. So basically what I'm going to have to do today, later today, is make a list of all these paints that I'm running low on, and that'll be what I buy in Games Workshop on Thursday if I go in Games Workshop. So I've only got 2 more Thursdays before I'm back to working Thursdays, so I want to get up there and have a bit of a laugh. And again, using our dodgy brush. That's okay. I want a bit more water in there, I think. It's a bit too thick. Just for a second coat, we want it quite thinned down. Now this colour scheme for the Miniatur is something that I saw online on YouTube. Something that Warhammer TV did for the ogre character from Silver Tower. So it's very dark blue with graded to the front. His back is almost totally black, but it starts off with this colour, and I quite like the look of it, so I thought I'd steal it for my Karik Crusher's Miniatur. I'm hoping that giving this guy a colour scheme will make him up his game, because like I said, he was quite terrible last week, but that's okay. He's going to go the same colour scheme as my Chaos team, the rest of my Chaos team. So he's going to have turquoise shoulder pads, and back plate with his number on. He's going to have bone coloured horns, like the rest of my beastmen have. Don't know what colour his loincloth's going to be yet, because all he's wearing is a loincloth. He's not wearing the jean shorts that my other Blood Bowl players are wearing. So he'll probably be all white as well, but we'll see. And this second coat is just to make sure that everything is kind of the same shade all over, and to make sure I don't really miss any. Because like I said, this is going to be all worked up from worked down to shades, worked down by shades, sorry, and then worked up to highlights with dry brushes. So it's going to be hopefully a simple paint scheme that's going to look quite cool when he's finished. And then whichever one of these I finish first, the Warlord Titan or the Minotaur, is going to kick off my promise to start building and painting my Reaver Titan. And this isn't a Titanicus Reaver Titan. This is a 40k Reaver Titan, which you may even see me starting next week. My plan is to do an hour a day on him. Well, I know it's probably not going to happen when I'm at work and stuff, but I'm going to be recording all of it. It's going to be my video log of building my Reaver Titan, and it will go out probably once a week. I'm hoping to do an hour, but it probably won't be an hour. It might be like half an hour here, half an hour there. And basically I'm going to put it up once a week, all my progress on the Reaver. I'm not going to show me painting, what's it called, cleaning it. It's just going to be me building and painting it. So yeah, so we're back to the dry brush again, because I think that black is dry enough now. So we're going to dry brush some more onto this base. We're going to leave it quite light. all I'm trying to do, the actual black is still a bit wet, but that's okay. Just need a bit more dry brush colour. A little bit grey even. And yeah, I'm quite happy with that. It stands out a bit more. So yeah, I think I can more or less call that base done. I know I've got to fill in a little bit so where the cork's showing through now. Bloody loud people outside. Well, that's okay. It's it'll only take me a few minutes. In fact, I'll probably do that right now, so then I can more or less call the base done. For that, we're going to get a bit of Mechanicum Standard Grey. Now, I think this is another colour that I'm short of in the pot, but I have spare pots, so it shouldn't be a problem. It actually got quite a lot in here. So we'll just get some on our palette. What I'm going to do is basically where the cork's showing through, I'm just going to splodge paint on it. So let's get out, I think we could go to grade 1 brush, it shouldn't be too bad. And we're just going to go a bit there, a bit there. There are a few bits, I don't want any of the cork to show through because this is going to be quite a nice model when it's done. And I don't want it to be ruined by being able to see cork through its base. Because where I'm painting it grey, the brown, the light brown of the cork is quite visible if you don't sort it out. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's more or less all of it. Yep, I think that'll do it. So the Warlord Titan's base is done. And like I said, I know it's not anything, it's not a road running through a set of buildings or anything like that. And future ones down the line might be, but this one, I'm just quite happy getting it to the stage it's at. So yeah, so we've got, because it's Monday, I'm aware it's Monday, normally I don't paint on Monday, so I'm not really going to be painting after this, but I'm at a club tomorrow, and so this will be going up overnight tonight, and I think I'm actually going to cut the video quite a bit short. I know it's not my normal length, but I've done the Pox Walkers earlier as well, and I'm not really in the painting mood because it's a Monday, but we got that guy, he's base coated. The base is done for the Warlord. I've got to clean up my paint station now because of the slate that's fallen off the base, but that's okay. That's normal with slate. But thank you very much if you've listened to this today, or watched me, or whatever you do. This is number 46, I believe, so 6 more episodes to go, and I've been doing this a year. But thank you very much for listening. I will catch you next time. Goodbye.